All right, welcome to BocoPreps TV this week. I'm Josh Lindenstein. This is Brad Cochi. We're going to talk some playoff football again. That's all we've got going right now. Next week we got some winter sports starting, Brad. But this week it's all about state semifinals. Monarch playing Pine Creek in 4A, Silver Creek playing hosting Palisade in 3A, and St. Vrain School Frederick playing at Windsor in 3A. Brad, talk about the Silver Creek game a little bit, maybe a little revenge factor there between them and Palisade.
Well, Silver Creek, barely edged Palisade in the first round of last year's playoffs, so they've got a little bit of an axe to grind coming to Silver Creek. But I still think Silver Creek is just too tough. I mean, every week they get better. They've been playing great football all year, but as soon as the playoffs hit, they just get better each week. I mean, they're as well as they're known for the pass. Last week against Lewis Palmer, they only threw the ball 10 times. They had 200-plus yard rushers, and they held a good Lewis Palmer option offense to only 20 points. So I think Mike Apodaca's got them right where he wants them, and I think it's going to be a really tough one for Palisade to get that revenge.
Cinderella in these playoffs, Frederick, number 16 seed in 3A, getting a rematch against Windsor themselves in the other 3A semifinal. Talk about that a little bit. Windsor kind of took it to them a little bit 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was the regular season finale, and that was in Frederick, and Windsor won that game 40-0. So Frederick's got a long way to climb back after that game, where they turned the ball over 4 times. I think they fumbled it 8 times. So they're going to have to clean it up, but that being said, I mean, that's exactly what they've done. As soon as the playoffs hit, they're coming around and they're upsetting people left and right, so they have to be taken seriously by that Windsor team.
Yeah, I mean, I was out there at practice on Tuesday, and the Frederick players were loose. They feel like they didn't leave their best performance out there the first time they played Windsor. So a couple of interesting history tidbits on that game. Thad Lear's dad, Al Lear, was coach at Windsor in 1993 when they won a state championship. Now he's on his son's staff at Frederick, so kind of a homecoming of sorts for them whenever they go up to Windsor. Moving on to 4A, we got Monarch playing down at Pine Creek. 2 12-0 teams, Brad, that are squaring off. They've both been killing everybody. Pine Creek's outscoring opponents 45-6 or 7. Monarch's outscoring people 38-8. So we'll see what happens there. It's going to be 2 big-time running teams. Pine Creek maybe a little more threat of the pass, but it could be an hour-and-a-half playoff game with the way these 2 guys run the football. Should be really interesting to see who's going to get a shot to presumably go try to knock off Valor Christian at Invesco Field in the championship game. But Monarch missing running back Jared Meshke potentially this week. He got hurt last week against Broomfield. But sophomore Ethan Marks, who we had a story in the paper this week, is really shining right now. So should be another fun weekend, Brad. Maybe we'll be back here talking about some state championship games next week. Maybe an all St. Vrain Valley School District championship in 3A.
Yeah.
So hope you get out to the games and tune in to us again next week. Thanks.